Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Five of Vessels and Ecstasy. And when I was thinking on this card today, I was like, how beautiful this is. Because 2 days ago, there was this internal conflict going on, and you made a decision. Yesterday, the wheel came up, and you were like, you know what? I'm taking charge. I'm taking charge of my life. And as a result of that decision, this burden has just been lifted off of you, right? And, now you can just be free to do what you're meant to do, right? To be that maker of that wheel, the maker of that loom, all right? And, the soul has heard that beat of the universal music. And by becoming one with the music, it allows you to gain the energy of bliss, okay? And it's one thing to be intoxicated, all right? It's another thing to be intoxicated from the universe's blessings, right? By having that intimate personal connection with Spirit, to understand that Spirit is guiding you on your path, to know that all your steps through challenges, through obstacles, through happiness, through bliss, the universe is there, right? The Queen of Stones just fell off. That protective energy. You had the Knight of Stones, 2 days ago fall off, and he was carrying it. And now all of a sudden, it's just like this weight has been lifted off your shoulders, all right? And you can move forward. You've got that personal connection with Spirit. Okay. And, like I've said before here in the last week, I kind of felt you plateaued, but now I still start to see things going up again, just a little bit. And ecstasy can be found when one becomes enlightened. With Spirit talking to you, coming through your intuition and leading you on your journey, all right? That just makes everything go quicker. That just makes everything fall in line, all right? And, so what have you learned over these last, 5 to 7 to 10 days? What I've learned in reading this for you is that we can be on such a great, trajectory in our spiritual path. But sometimes we need to slow down, take perspective, listen to their mentors that are out there, the kings and the queens and the knights, all right? And let that sink in a little bit. Enjoy the journey, right? That's what this card's all about, is enjoying the journey, right? And once you become enlightened, that can happen in a lot of, through a lot of stuff. You can become enlightened through watching these videos. You can become enlightened through reading, through arts, exercise, whatever it is. But when you find that zone, okay, or Zen moment, when Spirit is really, truly talking to you, when everything just seems to be going as planned, all right, that's when you're one with Spirit. That's when you're one with the universe. And you know that you're protected. Okay, that you're being carried, okay? You've got that quick thinking ability, that quick strike ability within you, but you're being patient in how you're using it. You're taking charge, okay, with moving forward with that King of Bows. The Knight of Arrows also is what do you need to stand up for, okay? So maybe you stood up for yourself and you say, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. Whether that's in a relationship or a job. And it's not, you have to be very tactful, which the Knights are, in saying no, all right? Maybe I'm not ready for that right now, okay? You're being protected. Everything you sow is what you reap. And that's what the stag stands for, okay? Joy is there, and now you got bliss, okay? All based on that decision that you made, that internal struggle where you said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to live in poverty. I'm not going to live in shame. I'm going to go ahead and start doing something creative, putting myself out there, right? I'm going to get back into that, you know what? I need to get back into me mode. You know, whatever that me mode is for you. Happy-go-lucky, hardworking, you know, nose to the grindstone, whatever it is. Okay? And as you do that, as you become more aligned with your spiritual path, and you become enlightened with, you know, what's out there, you know, with your higher guides and your spirit guides, it just opens you up to opportunity, opens you up to growth, opens you up to challenges, obstacles that you're going to come across. But you know this, that when those challenges and obstacles come across, you're going to meet them head on. You may not have the answer right there, but you can look into the past and come up with a plan to get around it. You and your soul are at that point, okay, of that ecstatic enlightenment. And every time I see this card, the words that come to mind are dance, dance, dance. And that's how we're going to leave it. That's the message out of the Five of Vessels, the Ecstasy, out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you tomorrow when you're done dancing. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.